Oh my. It's gonna be a good day. What is up, Inspired Drivers? It is me and my best bud Corey. We are doing a clutch change on the MR2 Spider today, and maybe some coilovers.
Perhaps. We'll see if we have time.
Yeah, maybe some Cusco door bars. Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we've got till tomorrow, right? I do plan on leaving this here.
We have all day tomorrow if I can get it done today.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna make a thing of it. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, let's get into it.
Alcohol will be involved.
Lots of it. So once you got your battery and your intake out, you're left with a lot more space and a whole bunch of Toyota spaghetti. That's kind of what she looks like there. Our goal today is to drop this transmission. And yeah, the more I look at it, the less difficult it appears to be. Okay. Cool, that'll work.
Here's my desk. Holds down for convenience. I just sit on the ground, and then I can place my laptop here.
Yeah.
All of my work.
Can we go ahead and put the printer in there per chance, or do we want to?
The printer would fit in the other cubby.
We can put the printer in there. All right, great. And then we'll go ahead and.
Printer space here.
Nice.
And then when we're all done, just fold it up, and we're ready to go.
Yeah. Well, great. That'll work. I think that's gonna be our new business development solution right there.
Yes.
All right. So what we've got here, it looks like, is we've actually exposed the other two motor mounts. Is that right?
That's right.
So
Well, at least one of them.
right. Well, this is where the battery and the intake used to go. We're now looking down at the top of the transmission here, and you can see one of these old style kind of squishy rubbery motor mounts. Those are still in here versus the polyurethane ones that we did previously. So it looks like there's a total of 4. Got one here and one that you were always able to see if you ever look down by your timing equipment. It's over there, and that's the side-to-side pitching of the motor and transmission assembly. The ones that you really feel are the ones in the front down here, or sorry, in the rear down here. There's another one up there, and those control this forward and back pitch. Considering that the flywheel is turning here and it's creating all the torque here and spinning into the transmission, that's where most of the actual torque dampening takes place. Is that a pretty accurate assessment of what's going on here?
See,
The nicest thing I could imagine somebody figuring out how to do for one of these MR2 Spyders would be to do a wire tuck like the Civic boys do. Just something to clean all this up, because man, I don't know if the video, if it's coming across, but that looks like a rat's nest.
a lot of it too is coolant lines.
Really?
That's all coolant.
Well, you got to imagine, I mean, it's getting all its coolant from the front, very little air coolant to the engine, so I imagine they kind of had to engineer in a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, all right, onward and upward. On the other side of things, we're in the process of taking apart the interior so that we can start looking into getting the Cusco bars installed. You've got these clips on this wiring harness under the door here, and if they don't just pop out, I'll tell you what, these stupid little T-bars here, they go inside these pieces of tape, and ours, we just had to break them out because these were not coming out. So to get that carpet out, it was kind of a pain. Our next big challenge is going to be that center console, which has always been kind of janky, but right now we're trying to figure out how to get the carpet out from under the rear bin assembly. So yeah, we're doing everything today. And hey, look, the interior puller that we were looking for earlier. Awesome. So yeah, that's next. This guy's looking awful torn down right about now. That's the underside of the rear hatch. But what I came over here to talk about is everything I had to take out to get this rear carpet free. Now all these cables running to the gear select and the e-brake and all that, somehow we're gonna have to get those clear for the rest of the carpet. It looks like there might be some little Velcro deals down here. Can't really tell. Yeah, there are. So they've got little Velcro connectors here so you can separate them and not have to cut the carpet to get clear of all this, so that's good. This will just come out over the top. The next question is this center console. There's that.
Yep.
What's the story with the other axle then? Do we have to do anything
The
with
other
the other
axle, we're just gonna pop it out as we pull the transmission out.
Cool. So that's easy. All right. So as you can see, what we chose to do is we took the entire steering knuckle, axle, and all the control arms associated with it out of the back driver's side. So what you're left with to get to this clutch is this big gaping hole right here with your wheel speed sensor and your brake lines and your brake caliper hung up with twine and a nice leaky transmission. It's a good idea to go get you some extra transmission fluid. What did we say this was? Something 30?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. One of the
Whatever the interweb says to use.
yeah, we'll go pick up some of that and we'll top it off. Okay, so what's the story next, Corey? What are we doing?
I'd like to drain the transmission legitimately.
Why?
Otherwise, well, just because when we pull it down, anything that hasn't come out yet is going to come out. And you see the drain bolt is below where the axle shaft is. So once that happens, we're looking at loosening front rear motor mounts
Yeah.
and then transmission's out.
Cool.
So that's about it. That's all we're left into. It's just hanging by the pilot bearing and the motor mounts at the moment.
Nice. All right.
So let me go wash my hands up and
Alrighty.
actually I'll let you drive the WRX so you can kind of get a feel for what that Excedia Stage 1 feels like.
Ooh, I do love that WRX. All right, we'll do it. And you know, it would not be a day working on the car without parts runs to O'Reilly's
Oh really?
or Advancing Auto Smarts.
I mean I prefer advanced because I've had about enough of those damn leprechauns.
Yeah. Well, so here's the deal. This is Corey's WRX, which I have driven in the past, and I love this car. But he apparently has a similar clutch and flywheel installation recent to what I'm going to be enjoying once we're done here. So I get to see how grabby and nice
Excedia
this will be.
Stage 1, which is the same one he's got, and then the slightly lighter flywheel.
Yeah. Your clutch is still very stiff on this car.
It is quite stiff. Just watch the curbs.
Watching curbs and also watching STIs
And BMWs.
and BMWs. There's a lot of cars here, Corey. Your house is a parking lot.
It kind of is. It's a party.
Is Steve still here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Well, we'll get this run done and we will call
So
it
when
quits.
I did get it back yesterday, the
Dude, it feels supernatural.
yeah
Like,
the
this is good.
mechanic didn't adjust the actual throw on the clutch pedal,
Uh-huh.
so it engaged right off the floor. It was pretty bad. So I came home last night and I had to adjust that, so it engages about in the middle of the throw now. So
I like it.
it feels a lot better.
I actually think it feels really
But
good.
the distance for engagement is a little bit shorter now.
Okay.
But I mean, you haven't struggled with it at all, so you're probably gonna be fine.
I do think so. I mean, this is just, my foot's off the clutch
Yeah.
completely, so that's how smooth it can be.
I say put it in neutral and give it a little free rev. You feel the difference if you remember that.
Yup. Yup. That's a big difference. I'm looking forward to my car free revving and just like grabbing rev that quickly.
So,
Yeah, it's a little different. Okay, very cool.
still very streetable, but you definitely take a little bit to get used to it.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead and let the jack down and pull it out of my way.
Down and out of your way.
Out and out of the way. You're pretty much off of it. I'm holding it up, so just pull it. Just pull it.
So you're going to center yourself under it and actually lift the bitch off. Okay. It's off. What do you need?
To roll out from under this. So that,
How do you roll out from under that? What do you need?
okay. Just give me a sec.
Okay. Oh, okay. Very cool. Let's have a look at her. very good.
So there's your pilot bearing, or a throw bearing.
So that's probably what was so noisy.
Part of it. Definitely doesn't sound good.
Well, we got a new one of those.
It's just dirty.
What do we got here? That's the factory clutch or whatever was on there last.
It's getting a little thin. Go grab the other one. You can see the difference in meat on them.
I haven't even taken the new one out of the box yet.
But you can see these are metal rivets.
Uh-huh.
It's almost worn down flush with those metal rivets.
So it was definitely ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely worn.
All right.
Got a couple hot spots on your flywheel for pressure plate.
Okay. Well, good news. We got all new of that, right?
You ready? I think I remember that one.
Where the clutch engaged, it was so far out.
It's maroon, right?
With the clutch change well and truly underway, up front in my area, I was discovering some less than desirable surprises hiding under the carpet.
So you just like dumped the clutch and it jerked all over the place every time. You blew the clutch out of that thing. Like I was saying, usually you use the grease for the end of the transmission snout there into the pilot bearing. But since yours doesn't utilize a pilot bearing, I'm going to use it on the pivot ball. It's looking a little nasty there. Try to clean it out a little bit. Make her all nice and slippery. But, you know, try to get as much done as we can, of course. So WRX feels pretty good, though?
Yeah. One of the easier stabs you can have right there. That only took us about, what, 10 minutes start to finish to stab this transmission?
Yeah, with moving tools out of the way.
With moving tools, wow. But yeah, there she is. Just needs to get bolted up there and we'll have our transmission back on our new clutch and flywheel. Exciting times. well, that's gonna be about it for today. We got the clutch swapped around, the transmission bolted back on. Tomorrow we're gonna get into the suspension and into the coilovers and the Cusco door bars there. And yeah, that promises to be pretty exciting. We've already got part of that done on the driver's side rear, because when you take out the transmission, it's easier to just go ahead and take the whole axle out, the whole hub, disconnect every control arm, and yeah, so that one's just gonna be a direct bolt-in piece of cake. But and we still got the other 3 to do, and that'll be a Sunday job. So yeah, that's the end of today. I think we're gonna put this back on real quick, but if you can't figure out how to put your engine cover back on, then I don't know if my YouTube channel's gonna help you with that. So, I don't know. That's it. See ya.